What's up guys, Castle Harmony here. Now, if you have not guessed already by the title of this video, we are doing the ultimate magic setup. And before we get into it, don't you just love my Stardust Dragon? He's so good. And coincidentally, that is going to be the pet I'm going to be using because he kills and hunts down enemies. Now, obviously, you can tell by this floating little nebula, hint, hint, nebula, is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using the nebula armor. Obviously, it is the most endgame you get from nebula fragments, I think, and a couple other things. Obviously, I don't remember the crafting because I haven't had to craft things in a while for armor, at least. So, a couple of things you're going to want. If you are farming, then I do recommend this little boy here, the magic ball, because it is probably, it's the most overpowered thing ever because it increases your magic power. Oh, excuse me. As for weapons, I personally carry the mythical lunar flare just because it's just OP and it likes to break my computer. Or obviously I will use the last prism because it is just OP. However, it does use up a lot of your money. So let's try this. I'm gonna use the mythical flare, obviously. Just get the buffs in there. Boom. Now, it does melt the golem pretty quickly. I don't really like using this for enemies that like to move around. Obviously, if I'm farming, then I will be standing still just because it's less work, and I will probably be, at my little farming area here that I used to farm pretty much every flying boss. That goes along with the twins, obviously. Duke Fishron when I'm flying around in the ocean right here. As you can see up here, I've made a nice little platform. I like to run along that, which is why I wouldn't recommend this, because when you're moving back, you kind of have to predict his movements, which you definitely can, but I just prefer not to, and I'll use the last prism just because it breaks things really quickly. Now, obviously, this is probably the most important thing you're gonna want when you are doing this stuff, because it automatically uses a potion and it is reduced mana usage, so you can use more mana. As well as, I like the fact that when you kill things with magic weapons, it actually drops mana stars. It's very good for conserving potions. But I always have at least 3 stacks on me when I go to buy more. So let's fight this guy again with the last prism. Now I'm not sure, but I think the last prism does in fact continue to go until you're completely, utterly... Wow, this thing is pretty weak actually, from what I'm using, how I'm using it right now. Huh. Obviously though, it is a little bit more important when you're around because you can easily hit enemies. Wow. So yeah, now I know why I don't carry this around. I remember trying it once. But yeah, so I recommend the lunar flare. It's just a little bit more. It hits a lot harder with this setup that I currently have going, which is also my hybrid setup, because really have all of this stuff, especially if I'm farming. My summoner setup, which I will show you guys in the next video. Obviously, this Stardust Dragon, it just hunts enemies. It keeps me safe. Very rarely, if I'm standing still, will I get hit by an enemy because of this little puppy right here. So let's farm again with the mythical lunar flare, and it's just, what is even happening? I don't even. He just melts. Dang, just melted. Boom. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Tell me what I should improve on and what I could do better, because I don't know why this last prism. I don't even. Completely honest. Oh, and one thing I have noticed is that unlike weapons where you can switch this with magic weapons. With this it does. With this, however, you actually bring it around. Spasming. So I also like this, just having to fight different. Definitely something good. If you don't like either of these weapons, I can recommend the mythical Razor Pine, just because I definitely do love that gun. I don't even know what the hell you call it. I love that magic weapon. There you go. I love that weapon. It's really good, and despite it having weak knockback, you won't really get touched if you're standing still. It fires really fast, and it pretty much melts everything. So, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys like it, and enjoy, and share with your friends, because if you like it, then they'll probably like it too. So, I'll talk to you guys later.